Are you worried about the crypto crash? Well, if so, you've come to the right place. Finding the best time to buy crypto is harder than finding a needle in a haystack, but if we look at the data, then it becomes a bit easier. So in this video, we're looking at the crypto crash. Is now the perfect time to buy? The 200-week moving average.
But as you can see, this 200-week moving average has been great at spotting the...
As with many things in life, the answer isn't as simple as we'd like it to be. There are many variables that one must consider when thinking of buying into crypto. Since crypto has gone mainstream, there are tons of analysts that give out their expert opinions on the subject matter. One of the main things that many analysts look at when considering the situation of any particular crypto is the 200-week moving average. This chart might seem a bit too long at first glance, but if you were to take a closer look, you'll see that it very clearly shows some trends that the crypto market has. One of the trends on this chart shows that this isn't the first time a crash like this has happened. If this 200-week chart seems too big of a picture to manage, then consider the 200-day chart. One of the most crucial things that's reflected in it is that once the value of Bitcoin reaches the 33,000 mark again, then and only then will it have started its journey to a full recovery. But before that happens, one smaller bit of good news is that the crypto market overall has been on the rebound since June of 2022, which should be considered when making a decision on buying it. But this isn't the only thing you should consider, so let's move on to the RSI, the Relative Strength Index.
And this technical indicator has been used, it goes back to the 1970s.
The RSI, or Relative Strength Index, is a tool that not many people are aware of, but nonetheless, it's been in use since the 1970s. That's right, this tool has been around longer than crypto has, which just further proves its usefulness, but you might also be asking yourself, what exactly is it? Well, the basic answer to this question is that it shows just how much a particular currency is being over or undervalued. At multiple points in its lifetime, Bitcoin has shown that it's been vastly undersold. The more recent news is not quite the same, however, and it shows the exact opposite, which is that it's been greatly oversold. None of those two extremes is a place that you want a currency to be at, and it does show that Bitcoin recently hit an all-time low on this index. The Logarithmic Regression Chart. As we mentioned before, there's no limit to the amount of data that can be analyzed when making a purchasing decision, and yet another tool that's bound to come in handy for you is the Logarithmic Regression Chart. While the name might sound a bit overcomplicated and difficult to comprehend, the basic gist of this chart is that it shows the standard value of a particular currency. In the case of Bitcoin, you can very clearly see that it rarely ever hits a point where it's considered to be at a bad value, which spells out great news for the crypto. The blue line on the chart shows the very worst condition that a coin could be in, while the red line shows that the crypto is in a bubble which could pop any time, meaning it could crash imminently. Interestingly enough, Bitcoin is one of very few currencies to have hit both of those lines time and time again, but the very best place for it to be is in the yellow line in the middle, and the RSI shows that it's been more or less following the logarithmic curve, which spells great news for crypto as a whole. Findings from the data. As you might have surmised at this point, there are some negatives and some positives associated with Bitcoin and crypto as a whole when looking at the data that we have at hand. But one of the things that jumps out is that at this point in time, many cryptos are massively oversold, meaning it's a great time to get your hands on some. But as with everything, there are some caveats that need to be considered. Considering the risk.
Say that now is a great time to buy because the economy is still very unstable. Bitcoin can...
One of the things that you need to consider before diving into the crypto world is whether you're investing in the crypto or just trading it. This is because if you're looking to invest, then some of the craziest spikes in the price will not be worrisome to you, but if you're thinking of trading crypto, then you need to have pinpoint accuracy when entering the market. Another thing to consider is that while the market has been on the rebound recently, there are some indications that it could still spiral a bit further and cause even more panic, so be aware of the risk before jumping in. These were some of the details about the crypto crash and when the perfect time to buy is. If you're willing to shoulder some risk, then according to some, this is a great time to buy. That about wraps up our video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, then let us know by leaving a like, And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, as well as press that bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos like this going forward. Until next time, take care and goodbye.